presentation is called An Idea Worth Spreading. We're also going to get into that later. As a teacher, a little bit about me. You can tell a lot from these pictures. I would consider myself a fun teacher. I love building relationships with my kids. I love being involved in after-school events and hanging out with them on the weekends and taking them places and just, you know, being a part of their lives. I work at a low-income school, so a lot of those kiddos don't have interaction with role models on a regular basis. So I'd like to consider myself a role model. I don't know, sometimes, most of the time. School I am. I teach 5th grade language arts, and I'm also the technology specialist on campus. I'm ESL and the GT teacher, but I get all the kids, about 80. I have about 27, 28 in each block. So those are my students. That was our 80s night party. Look at the little Pac-Man up there. That was super fun. As a person, like a normal human being, my dog is like my life. That's why I was late yesterday, because he has severe asthma. He also has degenerative arthritis and an enlarged heart and digestive issues, and he's geriatric. So he has lots of things against him. But his name is Mitch, and I call him the Mitchosaurus. I really love dinosaurs. And the other like baby animals are just cute animals in general. My parents, my mom and dad, we were like the quintessential American family. My mother was a teacher, which that's where I kind of was like raised under her wing, and she was definitely the one who shaped me as an educator. And my father is a pastor, and here we are. I guess this was Mother's Day right here after some mimosas. And then my little brother, who's not that little, and his wife, my sister-in-law. So my younger brother got married before I did. I popped the bouquet 4 times, guys, 4 times. Still no proposals, but let's see. So I work at Cunningham Elementary. It's a pretty small school for Austin. 520 students, that fluctuates. It's pretty transient, but it's in good old South ATX, so we get like I said, a lot of low-income students, but then we get that weird South Austin, those weird South Austin kids that are bringing a lot of color to our campus. We are a social-emotional learning campus, so if you ever hear SEL, the Crockett Vertical Team, we're kind of the guinea pigs on it, and it's been great. It's about helping kiddos know and understand their feelings and recognize other people's feelings. It was interesting because all these kids, my 5th graders, this was their first year, so it was like throwing them a curveball a little bit. The rest of the school really noticed that the 5th graders, it was more difficult to teach them some of those strategies than it was for the kids that were a little bit younger. Also, a lot of I'll get into that, Title I. But we're a green campus. We compost across the campus. We have a community garden that has won some awards, and we're really just trying to make our mark in South Austin. A lot of parents have transferred their kids out because the demographic has changed so drastically in the past 10 years. 12 teachers left our school this year. Just didn't know how to interact with our low-income kids. We're almost at 70% Title I. About 10 years ago, that was around 20%. So it's a pretty drastic change. A lot of my babies were held back, and so I had even a 13-year-old this year that we got in. He turned 13 mid-year, and so we had about 10 that were 12 by the end of the year. So very interesting dynamic being a 5th grade teacher in a school, an old school with small rooms and small hallways with 27 kids that are ready for middle school. But it was great. My first year teaching 5th grade, came up with them, did 3 years in 4th grade, and so it was great to follow them. I'd like to follow them to 6th grade, but I don't think that's going to happen.